Gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I, Cecil B. Puff Daddy, am here with BJ Tallywhacker, ready to bring you roller derby. Imagine that. It's Midwest BrewHaHa 2017 at the beautiful University of Michigan Milwaukee Panther Arena. Let's introduce some teams. BJ, why don't you start with Capital City?
You got it. Capital City Derby Dolls, Dolly Rogers, Skater 100L, Herd of Beef, 1-3, Violently Jill, 1-3-1-3, Dawn Cherry, 2-3, Shut Her Down, 2-3-3-1, The Necessary Roughness, 4, Gray, 4-2-0, Rebel Lion, 6, Cow Kenzie. 616, Watch Your Ash. Ash, I said.
Yes, you did.
I did. 66, Dreadnox. 780, Edmonton. 88, Skatey Slambo. 97, Buffy Slayer.
And now for the Dupage Derby Dames. Oh, hot dame uproar. The captain, number 00, Squid Pro Quo. 100, Fox Ann. 13, Speed Skate. 21, Beat 'em Tender Hooligan. 28, Holidays. Number 3, Turbo Torch Her. Number 319, Annie Grish. 412, Caddy Wampass. 424, Pink Power Ranger. 440, Mayhem Steamroller. 68, Thicky Cole. 724, Smack. 809, Bambi Elzebub. The coaches, Mr. Wampass, Bones, and OC Diva. Those are the Dupage Derby Dames. Uproar.
You have a different name and
Jabberjaw is in at 21 because I forgot to type it in.
this one.
And who is the
you didn't
Code Green 642? And I am number -5.
Should I go ahead with the officials?
We'll get them in.
Entering Jam 1, Dupage Jammer is Pink Power Ranger, number 424. Dolly Ranger's Jammer is Kale Kenzie, number 6. Oh, am I saying it wrong? Kyle Kenzie. Lead Jammer, number 424. Dupage. I can't
That's
see
Pink
what
Power Ranger, actually.
Oh.
Playing for DuPage, no biggie. Pink Power Ranger tries the inside line,
What'd I say?
spins around and calls it off. No points.
5 points for DuPage. 5 points for DuPage.
I was busy looking down. 5 points for DuPage, and we have a 5-0 lead. Now we're up to it.
Entering Jam 2. Bambi Elzebub is a jammer for DuPage.
And for Capital City,
Points for Capital. I gotta
No,
fix that. I
not
gotta fix
Capital
that.
City.
They shouldn't have 3. Should be 5.
an official timeout for technical assistance.
That should be 5-0. Yeah, they'll fix it.
And my apologies to Jab Her Jaw and Code Green.
Very, very quick read in for you.
I'll be thinking about it all night.
Very quick read in.
Remember, with a great selection of German beer and festival food, you can experience authentic Bavaria at the Old German Beer Hall. Enjoy 20% off your entire bill when you mention BrewHaHa or the Brew City Bruisers. The Old German Beer Hall is located at 1009 North Old World 3rd Street.
Alrighty, meanwhile, back on the track, Al, Herd of Beef. up against Bambi El Zebab. Al Herda Beef trying to get through, but Bambi thumps her way through for lead jammer. Bambi trying to get around 13-13. As they call it off, that was Don Cherry trying to block.
3 points to Page.
That gives them an 8-0 lead.
Entering Jam 3, the jammer for the Dolly Rogers is number 4, Gray. And for Dupage, we have 28, Holidays.
Little old school derby, given a little room between the pivot line and the jam line. Tobe Lake Eddie Shore, as I always like to bring out. Holidays trying to get around 420. That would be Rebel Lion. Gray is able to sneak through, and Gray is your lead jammer. Gray to the back of a four wall, tippy toes along the inside, tries the outside, and that four wall is just a black wall of death over there. Gray taking it to the inside, trying to get around Vicky Cole, unable to do it. Recycling will bring Gray back to the back. Nobody able to get through in the first 1 minute. And a track cut called against Rebel Lion. 4 points scored for Dupage, none for Capital City. Or excuse me, my bad. See, I'm used to Dupage being green. It's not easy being green.
Entering Jam 4, jammer for Dupage is Jab Her Jaw, number 21. Dolly Rogers jammer is Cal Kenzie, number 6.
Dolly Rogers starting this jam 1 player short. Kyo Kenzie having a lot of trouble getting around Turbo Torture, which is torture in itself, quite honestly.
Yep.
1 more block. Quick step out and then step back in for Kyo Kenzie. Still trying to get past the 4 wall. Now all the blockers and jammers have moshed together. Rebel Lion rejoins the pack. And for Dupage, your lead jammer is indeed number 21, Jab Her Jaw. Jabber Jaw having to go back behind Watcher Ash. Recycling, it's good for all of us. And now getting out of the pack is Kyo Kenzie after stashing the star.
That is 2 points for Dupage, 0 points for the Dolly Rogers.
If you could ask them, that would be great. To the scoreboard? No, I want the scoreboard here. This is the penalty chart. We go to the line. Al Herda Beef is on track. And I thought for a minute we had a power jam, but no, it's Pink Power Ranger. And out as your lead jammer, Pink Power Ranger. She's been swimming for 13 years. You can tell by the shoulders. Uses that advantage to get through on jams. Good offensive blocking by Dupage, but before the Capital City jammer shows up, calling off the jam, and 1 single point for Dupage, and they'll extend their lead to 11-4.
Entering Jam 6, we have Bambi Elzebub. Number 809 is the jammer for Dupage. And Gray, number 4, is the jammer for Capital City.
After this break, get one of these.
See, they're gonna change it in a couple of minutes. They're gonna change it.
Gray tries the
Should I
inside
say
line,
this while they're skating?
trying to get past a couple of really good blockers there, including Fox Ann. Traffic like you saw outside of Chicago yesterday afternoon seems to be the order of the day for both jammers. Gray trying to move around speeds Kate. Also joining in, Caddy Wampass. Gray spreads out the pack and she gets through as your lead jammer. Trailing by 7, here comes Gray to the back of the pack. Track cut is called against the pivot.
That is number 13.
That's speed skate going to the Rydell penalty box. Still a lot of traffic now in the front stretch. Gray tries the toe stops, unable to stop her way from going to the infield of the track. Now getting some offensive blocking, and Gray will call off the jam. 5 points for Capital City. That will bring the lead down to a mere 2 points for Dupage.
Hey, be sure to visit Persephone's Treasures in the Annex for all your shirt printing needs. It's behind the vendor village.
Now, if this was in Texas, that would be Persephone's Treasures. But Persephone's Treasures has some great stuff. They have light-up warm-up jackets. I kid you not. I may be getting one by the end of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Kyo Kenzie working hard.
Speed skate is also the jammer for Dupage.
And coming on to the track, speed skate
Kyle Kinsey lead.
with the jammer star. But Kyle Kenzie is your lead jammer. Four wall is there to meet her, including Vicky Cole, also out there, 724 smack. And she calls it off after getting to the outside. It's a game of quick points. 4 points for Capital City, none for Dupage, and we've got our first lead change, 13-11.
And we're entering Jam 8. Jam 8 has Holidays as the jammer for Dupage. And Alberta Beef for the Capital City.
Alberta Beef starting in the freezer, but now becoming fresh into the blockers. And Alberta Beef is just using power. That is what you call beef power right there. Trying to get around the outside. Tries to tiptoe on the inside, but can't get past Caddy Wampass. Meanwhile, on the near side, Holidays is having her problems as it's no vacation taking on the Capital City blockers. Your lead jammer is Alberta Beef. On her first scoring pass, sliding through the inside, heading to the outside. That's a quick 5 in the sky. A roller con, all you can eat. Grand slam.
This is
Once again, trying to get through the middle, and she does. Alberta Beef with a roller con. Your first chips are free. Grand slam. We talked about this being small jams. Alberta Beef with now another, only getting 2, no pass, no penalty. 3 points on no pass, no penalty. Correction there. Beef going right through the middle. That was easily said and done. That's a 5 in the sky. And what happens at RollerCon stays at RollerCon for the Grand Slam. Alberta Beef nailed by Mayhem Steamroller, but she'll get back up, keep on going. And would you believe it's another Viva Las Vegas! RollerCon Grand Slam. You ask what quality beef is? Of course, it's Alberta beef.
3 points for
23. No, let's make that 26 points of Canadian Alberta beef.
Timeout. Dupage calls it timeout. This one. Test ride the new Savant Wheels by Adam Skates. Light, responsive, and fast. Everything you want in a derby wheel. Visit the Adam booth for more details.
do 42 hours.
42 Lounge. Want to celebrate your big win with a drink? Head to 42 Lounge for great drink specials. Get a PBR, Miller Lite, or High Life with a shot of Tullamore Dew for $5 and $1 off specialty cocktails all weekend for anyone who shows their ticket stub or badge. 42 Lounge is located at 326 East Mason Street. That's 42 Lounge at 326 East Mason Street.
Just a quick poll. How many folks here might be cheering for Capital City? How many people are saying, oh, hot damn, it's Dupage? How many people just love roller derby? That's easy. We have moving NSOs. That means we've got some. Oh, now I know what they're doing. This happened at K-Town. They're figuring out what kind of pizza they're going to have tonight.
The matchup's going to be Gray against Jabberjaw.
You know, I was a virgin earlier today.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I'm not any longer. I'm no longer a derby announcer virgin.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I lost that one. Why is that inappropriate? It's derby.
While they're talking about pizza, why don't we talk about breakfast? Not that they're the same thing, but there's something for everyone at Build a Breakfast and Build a Burger. You dream it, we build it. Get 10% off your meal all day when you mention BrewHaHa. If you mention Cecil B. Puff Daddy, it'll cost you 70% more. Happy hour specials from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. features buy one, get one free appetizers, rail drinks, and call drinks. I don't know what they call them, but it's call drinks. BB's is located at 633 West Wisconsin Avenue because we are in Wisconsin.
Jabberjaw and Gray.
We have Jabberjaw as the jammer for Dupage and Gray for Capital City.
And Gray is out as the lead jammer, having to meet a box of terror. Squid Pro Quo is anchoring that, along with 724 Smack. 319 Annie Grish is also out there.
Penalty on the pivot for Dolly Rogers.
And a penalty against the pivot for the Dolly Rogers. That's Buffy Slayer into the Rydell penalty box. 4 points on the scoring pass for Gray. She's got company back there. This pack apparently listening to Speed Skate, who said, hey, why don't you go ahead and make it a little bit faster. We have a little bit of toppling in the front. One more point for Capital City. And Capital City has just snuck themselves to a 44-11 lead.
And we're entering Jam 10. We've got Cal Sensi as the jammer for Dolly Rogers and Pink Power Ranger for Dupage. Am I not saying it right? What am I saying? Kinsey. Kyle
Pink
Kinsey.
Power Ranger is trying to power up, get around her arch nemesis, but instead she'll be sent to the Rydell penalty box, which means, of course, it's all about Derby when it's a power jam for Capital Cities.
That's an all about Derby power jam.
That's because
Right?
it's all about Derby.
Yeah.
Kaio Sensi.
Kyle Kinsey.
See, now you got me doing it. Kaio Kenzie. No matter how you say her name, she's having trouble getting past the Dupage blockers, but I think the pack is going to get out of whack, and Kaio Kenzie. Hey, 5 points in the sky. A roller con. I need some sleep. Grand slam.
Penalty on Rebel Lion for Dolly Rogers in the box.
Penalty on Rebel Lion in the Rydell penalty box now.
Both jammers back out on the track. Pink Power Ranger trying to get through the wall of green. Meanwhile, Kaio Kenzie having quite a bit of trouble getting around the ladies in black. Gets some great offensive blocking by Watcher Ash and is able to get on through and picks up 4 points. About 5 seconds left in the jam. And multiplayer block called against 412 Cattywampus. A collision and a low block is called
Dupage 13.
against Speeds Kate.
3 points picked up by Capital on that last pass. 12-point jam for Capital.
Wow.
3 points picked up by Capital for a 12-point jam. And we are entering Jam 11 with Alberta Beef as the jammer for the Dolly Rogers and Bambi Elzebub as the jammer for Dupage.
Alberta Beef makes her way through the grocery line and she becomes your lead jammer. Only 2 blockers there to meet her, and that's dangerous with a speedster like Alberta Beef, and she gets on through for 4 points.
And she called it.
4-point jam for Capital, 62.
4-point jam for Capital. The score is 60-11.
I don't have my run sheet here, but I don't think that Dupage has been able to get off that 11 since the lead change. Quickly making her way to the jam line as though she's late for a party, but she's never late for a party. It's Jab Her Jaw. Late to my roster, but not late to the jam line.
Gray is jamming for Dolly Rogers.
And for the Dolly Rogers, it's Gray. Gray using the distraction of her defensive blockers to get around. But Fox Ann and 412 Cattywampus making sure she's boxed up, sent out. Gray goes backwards. Does she stay in? Not quite. And she's called for cutting the track. She'll go to the Rydell penalty box, which means it's an all-about Derby power jam. So let's see how Jab Her Jaw is able to do. We still have the penalty screen. It's not the points.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting what he else going to get.
Jab her jaw, trying to get through there. We'll recycle a little bit, catch her breath, get some offensive blocking help from 100 Fox Ann. Once again, the pack is kind of spread out a little bit.
The point screen.
And now, putting back on the star is Jab Her Jaw. Meanwhile, back onto the track is Gray. And Gray breaks through. She'll have an opportunity on her initial scoring pass.
Clockwise block on black 68.
Clockwise block on black 68. She is going to the red out penalty box.
Vicky Cole.
Vicky Cole.
Scores?
Yeah.
Vicky Cole.
Yeah.
I thought you
Instead
meant
of the
the
penalties,
scoreboard,
yes.
Here.
The pack is here, and the jam time is over. 5 more points for the Dolly Rogers to make it 65-11.
All About Derby is skater owned and operated by Laura Lulu by Baby Shevnak of the Bath City Roller Girls. $5 flat rate shipping for most online orders at allaboutderby.com or visit our brick and mortar location in Lapeer, Michigan. Referees always receive a 20% discount. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Alherda Beef, who has only
what's
scored
this one?
7, although it seems like she scored a lot more than that, making her way around as your lead jammer.
Beef and jabber.
What's this one? That's different than.
Yeah, he actually switched it.
Oh.
Beef moving to the inside. Takes it back to the outside, and we've had a star pass. 424 Pink Power Ranger makes it to the back of the pack, but quickly called off by Capital Cities.
4 for Capital. 9-point jam for Capital.
It's a 9-point jam for Capital City, 74-11.
Jammer matchup looks like it's going to be
Something's not happening because she just got 9 points and it says she only has 7 there.
6 and 13. Just, I lost my screen over here. So Kyle Kenzie and Speed Skate.
Jammers are Kyle Kenzie for Capital City and Speed Skate for Dupage.
9 points on that jam. It says she only has 7 here. So, it's not working at all. Usually we have the screen that has the points and all that with the entire team, and then we have penalties over there, and now we don't have either one. It's not working. Well, it's not putting any points up.
Lead jammer goes to Capital City, Kyle Kenzie.
Thank you, BJ. I appreciate you
You're welcome.
getting in there while I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my computer. Control-Alt-Delete doesn't seem to be working, but Kyle Kenzie seems to be working quite well, moving those shoulders around, taking the outside line, and she'll pick up a Viva Las Vegas Grand Slam. Remember, Vegas means RollerCon. That's a nifty move. The Russian judge only gave it a 6, but the man in the black and white will give it 5. Another RollerCon black and blue ball Grand Slam. 10 points on the jam, 84-11.
Jammers look like they're going to be. I don't have my fingerprints. I can't remember anymore. That's 4.
809, Bambi Elzebub against Gray in the green.
Gray lead.
And Gray is your lead jammer. Little trouble in turn 1 as Code Green takes a tumble, but gets back up to set up the blocking. Gray to the back of the pack, falls down as she couldn't get back up in the backstretch, calls it off. Let's see, 2 points for the Dolly Rogers, and they will extend their lead by 2, 86-11.
Bruce Skate Sling, the original over-the-shoulder roller skate holder, 100% skater owned and operated. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, or at BRUISEDSN.com.
Alherda Beef is the jammer for Capital Cities, trying to use a little bit of that Canadian conniving to get through there, and she does. Oh, Canada is your lead jammer. Stretching out the right arm, getting ready for some action against a big black four wall over there. Takes a tumble, gets right back up. Great blocking by Thicky Cole. Also by 100 Fox Ann. Clockwise block penalty upcoming on Capital City's number 88 Skady Slamba.
No, 66 Dreadnoughts.
My apologies, Dreadnoughts. Pink Power Ranger takes the star for Dupage. 2 points scored for the Dolly Rogers. And that adds to the Grand Slam from earlier, 93-11.
Want to go to RollerCon this year?
Sure.
We got you. Visit our Brew City merch table to enter for free tickets to RollerCon.
Presenters of the RollerCon Grand Slam.
You got
Cal Kenzie is a jammer for Capital City, and Bambi Elzebub is the jammer for Rage City. Why does it say Rage City?
Lead jammer, go to the page.
Dupage takes lead.
Bambi Elzebub has an irrational fear of bees, but does not have an irrational fear of scoring. However, she's unable to get through there, so the beeswax will take her back all the way for recycling because it's good for all of us.
4 points for Dupage. An official review is being called by Capital City.
And that gets Dupage off the schneid. They were at 11 for an awfully long time, and they get to 15.
But now we have an official review called by Dolly Rogers.
So the Dolly Rogers calling an official review. That means we get the official review sign, which known by some as the Oregon State Ducks fan sign, known by some as the baby watermelon. Trying to analyze what's going on here. It's almost a little bit of a diamond shape.
You know, when injury strikes, you have a choice. You can cry like a baby, or you can choose ATI, physical therapy, the official sports medicine provider for your Brew City Bruisers.
But if I just go, Mom, I'm hurt, will they run over?
Yeah, I don't know.
So the discussions by coaches Red and Pita with the officials who have gathered in their huddle in their natural environment over on the far side of the infield. The discussion now is, what kind of sauce do we want on the pizza? Is it going to be garlic sauce? Let's have a bit of applause. Is it going to be garlic sauce? Is it going to be red sauce?
Well, you know, you could head to Classic Slice for the best pizza in Milwaukee. Specialties include build your own gluten-free or vegan pizzas by the slice. Means Classic Slice offers something for everyone. Show your BrewHaHa badge or ticket stub and receive 15% off your meal. Classic Slice is located at 2797 South Kinnickinnick Avenue in the Bayview neighborhood.
It's a picnic sandwich. Hey, boo-boo. I was a little confused because there are people cheering, sitting right in the middle, but cheering the other track where there's not even a game going on.
What?
So that means our fans have to make some noise. Hello, our fans, make some noise. Let me try this again. I don't think my microphone was where. How many Derby fans do we have in the house? We've got more. We've got more. And now, breaking news from the officials. The official review had to do with the fact that there was a potential cutting the track call against the jammer, but no call stood because there was inconclusive evidence. And we didn't even have to go to Toronto to find out the entire scoop from the instant replay booth.
And now we're on Jam 18 with Gray as the jammer for Capital City and Holidays as the jammer for Dupage.
I figured it out. That's the wrong game. So if they switched it to the right game,
That's the first game.
Yes.
That's the first game.
wrong tab. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Would help.
I have no control over it. I have no pointer.
30 seconds into the jam, no lead jammer so far. That means the blockers are giving the jammers a lot of love, making sure they don't get through there.
I can't change it.
Huge hit. Hello. Courtesy of Vicky Cole.
Ray got slowing up with back skating.
Vicky Cole loves karaoke but doesn't enjoy sitting in the Rydell penalty box where she'll sing a sad tune until she gets back out. One of the OGs of the Derby Dames. Finally getting through.
Nope, track cut.
Nope, track cut. Gray's going to take a seat in the Rydell penalty box. Give him hell, Rydell.
We never did announce these. Okay.
We'll get him.
The old game was up. That was,
that was the problem. No problem.
21 left in the jam, which so far has given us no points. Lots of penalties, however. Recycling to the back, and I don't think we're going to have any offense in 2 minutes.
Not in 2 seconds either.
And that's going to do it.
0-0.
The four whistles blow. A shutout. Clean sheet. Strike them out. Retires the side.
We're good now. Retire the side.
Jamming for the Dolly Rogers, having scored 46 points, is Alberta Beef. But first, it's time for an official review. Oh, timeout, Dupage. I was right. As a timeout. So let's go through all of that together. A timeout for an official review being used as a timeout. Remedial Derby will be taught in the room 1406 in the conference room.
Let's do,
BJ, I know we have a bunch of great sponsors, but tell me about one in particular.
Well, we have Educators Credit Union. Ready to win the jam with your bank and hip check all those fees? Check out www.joinecu.com and find out how being a member owner of Educators Credit Union can help make sure you're on the right track to take the bout and achieve your financial goals.
By the way, if you haven't had a great picture taken, the photo booth is always open upstairs on the second level, the concourse level. Go get a picture in front of the BrewHaHa backdrop and prove that you have an alibi by being here at Midwest BrewHaHa. It is Alberta Beef trying the inside. Pink Power Ranger boop, 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 is your lead jammer. First time Dupage has had the lead jammer in a while. Power Ranger trying to get through. Spins around, spins the other way. Go, Power Ranger for 5 in the sky. RollerCon Grand Slam. Quick skating by everybody. Everybody's skating away. Power Ranger calls it off just before Alberta Beef is able to score anything. But she got a couple points. Good skating, fast skating by Alberta Beef. One more point for Pink Power Ranger. 95-21, 6 points for Beep 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 Doop.
1.5 minutes to go in the first half of the game, and we're entering Jam 20. And we have a timeout, official timeout.
And that means it's a real timeout if it's an official timeout. Just want all of you folks to know that. Are y'all enjoying yourselves over there? Who needs a beer?
I think they need to do the wave.
No, that's the team that plays here. The Wave plays here. They're fine. They're good.
Well,
You have to understand, BJ. I worked at the University of Washington, the place that invented the Wave. 6 years of. Now, if it was a slow motion wave, that I'd be impressed with. You'd have to start it over here, and it will be very slow. See, we lost them quickly.
Boy, you're a real buzzkill.
Thank you. Hey, guess what? I see a coupon.
20% off at the Derby Warehouse. You can use it online and enter code BREW20. It expires June 16th, so get on it. And there is a Derby Warehouse table in the vendor village. I'm assuming this coupon works there.
So lots of conversations going on with the officials. We've got more action coming up. If you want to continue watching some Derby during no, I don't think that's going to work because I think we're going to be finished with our halftime by the time Brew City and Providence go at each other. Any Brew City fans in the house? Any Providence fans in the house? Any beer fans in the house? You can always count on the beer fans. Any cool fans in the house? I just needed somebody to come over here and do this. So. Turtle just got that.
Rebel Lion and Bambi Elzebub.
That was fun.
Sorry.
The jam is a Rebel Lion and Bambi Elzebub.
So here we go, 1:27 to go.
Bambi Lion.
Yep. Rebel Lion is a jammer for the Dolly Rogers, and Bambi Elzebub, jammer for Dupage.
Both teams at full strength as we go in for what could probably be the last jam of half number one, as it is Rebel Lion as your lead jammer.
Why does it still say
She tries to sneak to the outside and goes to the inside, calls it off, and proves me wrong, saying this isn't going to be the last jam because I'm going to call it off after some quick points.
Jam clock wasn't going. Jam clock's not going.
Official timeout.
Official timeout to check the scores, the clocks. The general IT fun. Carry the 1, divide by 6. The square root of pi equals. We had a scoreboard malfunction that we're taking care of. Taking a quick look at the point scores, Alberta Beef, 48 points in the first half. Gray with 21, your leading scorer for the Uproar. Beep, beep, boop, beep, beep. Pink Power Ranger. That really hurts my voice to do that too.
I have a friend who actually has that for his ringtone when somebody texts him.
So now we have the official score. No, maybe not the official score on the board. The time is correct.
Do rivalry.
So there is a BrewHaHa lunch special offered on Saturday and Sunday with free Bloody Marys and free mimosas for all participants and fans at Rivalry Sports Bar on the river downtown. Post hashtag BrewHaHa Brunch to Facebook or Twitter and received an extra 10% off your bill. Rivalry is located in the 3rd Ward at 223 North Water Street. That's Rivalry Sports Bar.
Looks like it would be Jabberjaw going up against Skaty Slambo.
And we're going into Jam 21 with Skaty Slambo as the jammer for the Dolly Rogers from Capital City. And the jammer for Dupage Uproar is Jabberjaw, number 21.
And we're ready to get underway for probably one more jam, unless, of course, they prove me wrong once again. It's 21 Jabberjaw going up against Skaty Slambo, out for her first jam of the evening. Great blocking by the captain, Squid Pro Quo.
That was a back block.
Slambo slams into the back of one of the players, but your lead jammer for the Derby Dames is Jabberjaw. To the inside, trying to go to the outside. She'll call it off. Will we get a timeout, or is that going to do it? That's going to do it.
It's halftime.
As we are at halftime after 1 point scored by Dupage, our halftime score, Capital City 99, Dupage 22. Make sure you take a visit out to our vendors and a lot of our sponsors up on the concourse area. They're here to help serve you, and they together make what Derby is great about. Support and love. A lot of Derby love going up there. So go check them out. You can even find booty shorts that change colors. Ooh.
And that should be announced. Yeah, it's pretty good.
There you go. Yeah, see? You got to play that every time
I got
she gets
it.
a lead
Yep.
now.
I got it. Back for the second half of play between the Dolly Rogers and the Dupage Uproar. 99-22 is the score at halftime.
Mike is on. Yeah, so Dolly Rogers has 2 skaters with 3 penalties each, and Dupage has 1 skater with 3 penalties each.
Relatively clean penalty.
Leading
It's-
scorer. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say it's a pretty clean game. Not a lot of penalties.
The leading scorer for the Dolly Rogers, Alberta Beef, with 48 points, is jamming on the first jam of the second half against Pink Power Ranger, who came on for some
Extra timeout.
late points in the first half, and we're attempting to get some clarifications on some things. So let's talk a little bit about eating, because I know I'm getting hungry.
Well, if you're hungry, you could head over to Pita Brothers for some exciting Mediterranean and American flavor combinations. Receive 25% off your order when you show your badge or ticket stub. Located near the Marquette University campus, Pita Brothers is located at 1614 West Wisconsin Avenue. Yummy.
There was an extra point up in the jam score, which has been erased. So it's hard to score a point during halftime. You can try, but it doesn't always work. So Pink Power Ranger is going up against Alberta Beef as we get ready to start half number 2 officially.
And not yet.
But not yet.
Is that the same timeout or a different timeout?
Well,
Timeout.
Different timeout.
let's give you the opportunity to let you know about Persephone's Treasures. They're located up behind the vendor village, and they have custom-made derby gear for you and even have some really cool light-up jackets and a lot of really cool colors. I may buy one later. But check out Persephone's Treasures. They're up there and would love to see you. And right next to it is the RollerCon photo booth.
And remember, if you're posting on social media, you can use hashtag BrewHaHa 2017.
I think we really mean it this time. Let's get underway for the second half.
And away we go.
Pink Power Ranger going up against the triangle. And Alberta Beef spins around the outside, and she is your lead jammer. Blocking wall gets together. And Alberta Beef able to get by for 5 in the sky. That's a RollerCon. Enjoy the strip. Grand Slam. And put up another 5 in the sky. No, the Desert Inn isn't there anymore, but RollerCon is still there for your Grand Slam. Trouble in turn 4 as Pink Power Ranger goes down.
Elbow on 642 black.
And
That was an elbow for 642 Code Green.
Beef got a penalty too, so power jam.
And she's going to the Rydell penalty box.
So we've got an all-about Derby Power Jam for Pink Power Ranger, who is holding on to the star. Now that she's got a little room to actually put it on, she will do so. 31 seconds to go in the jam. Capital City has 10 points in the jam. Let's see if Dupage can come back and score any here. Power Ranger to the inside, gets it right along the line, picks up 5 on the RollerCon Grand Slam. We mentioned she got those late points in the first half. Maybe she's getting a little bit momentum. Pink Power Ranger picking up no more points on that one. 14 points for Capital City, 5 for Dupage, makes it 113 to 27.
I'm sorry. Going into Jam 19, we've got Gray jamming for Dolly Rogers, and we've got Bambi Elzebub jamming for Dupage Uproar.
Bambi has 7 points so far today. Gray has picked up a very efficient 21.
And Dupage has taken lead. And she had a recycle back, and she's working like crazy to get through that pack. Oh, look at that.
Bambi trying to thump her way through, gets through. Both jammers get
jammers.
through.
Both jammers, but Dupage's lead. Jammer on jammer. Both jammers coming through the pack. Ooh.
That was a big
That
time
was a
hit,
hard
courtesy
hit.
of Capital Cities. Number 66. Actually, it was 616 Watcher Ash.
4 points for Green and 3 for Dupage. And we're entering Jam 19. We've got Holidays as the jammer for Dupage and Kyle Kenzie as the jammer for Capital City.
So much about the jam numbers.
Yeah.
Because I think these are off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Second half.
Especially jam 4 of this half.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah, I know.
That's Jam 4, not Jam 19.
It's okay.
And out as your lead jammer is Kyle Kenzie. 26 points so far. She powers away trying to get through the inside, gets to the outside, calls it off quickly. Good timing there.
She gets 4.
She picks up 4 points while Dupage is held scoreless.
That's gonna get annoying really quickly. Drum beat over here. It started over there, so
You want to do the jammers?
Yep. We've got Alberta Beef jamming for Dolly Rogers and Pink Power Ranger for Dupage.
Power Ranger picked up 5 points in a pretty high-scoring jam for both teams. Alberta Beef, huge collision.
stayed up, lead jammer.
That was Caddy Wampass finding herself on a backside. Alberta Beef trying to move around the outside. 3-wall. The brace is working very well.
Watch up the front. We got Pink Power Ranger working up the front to get our initial. Failure to reform on 2-3-3-1 for Capital City. With unnecessary roughness in the penalty box. Don't worry about that. 3 points for
Van Necessary Roughness takes a seat in the Rydell penalty box, leaving the Dolly Rogers short 1 blocker.
But we've got Gray, number 4, jamming for Dolly Rogers. And we've got Bambi Elzebub, number 809, jamming for Dupage.
Not being able to see the penalty area. Actually, not that many blockers out there for Capital City.
Yeah, they only got 2. We're down 2 blockers right now.
I was
trying to lead you into
talking about it.
420, Rebel Lion. Oh, never mind. She had nowhere to sit. Pivot penalty. Nowhere to sit. Oh.
Your lead jammer belongs to Dupage, and that's Bambi Elzebub. Around the outside, the lack of blockers is really hurting Capital City, and this is where Dupage can have an opportunity to pick up some points and maybe change the momentum a little bit. Into the inside of the track, able to call off the jam. Bambi Elzebub picking up 3 more points, 1 for the Dolly Rogers. And that makes it 125 to 38, 8 points for Bambi, and an official review being called by Capital Cities.
Let's do who haven't we done yet? Do Rydell.
Oh, yeah, we'd like to give a shout out to Rydell Skates, the proud sponsor of the Midwest BrewHaHa. Visit the Rydell booth to try on the all-new Solaris. The Rydell Solaris, the performance you demand, the comfort you've been missing.
Like I was saying, in the jams, when somebody gets through and gets the lead, and let's say Sissel calls it and makes this the lead jammer, he'll stop for a second.
Only 2 blockers out there for Capital City. The Dolly Rogers getting bit by the penalty bug a little bit here. Taking a look over there, it looks like one of the Dolly Rogers might be in penalty trouble.
Yeah.
She's got 5.
Who has 5?
Rebel Lions.
Okay to say it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think so. All right, well, we've got Rebel Lion with 5 penalties and the necessary roughness with 4 penalties. Dupage has Caddy Wampas with 3 penalties.
What we call anything less than 3.
I thought you said earlier we didn't say the names. That's why I wasn't.
When they get close to like
It's always good to do a little figure skating while you're waiting to jam.
it makes
You received an 8 from the Canadian judge, but the Russian judge still only gave you 3. Those darn Russian
That's
judges.
what I'm afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah.
Lots of talking going on with the coaches and officials.
But, you know, there's a free BrewHaHa photo booth in the merch area. You can find your photos on our Facebook page. What fun is that?
Everybody's favorite game of tag.
still waiting on our official review to get called out here.
Quite the discussion going on between Mr. Wampas and Red.
But, you know, it's dinner time, so you could head over to the Sun Kia Vietnamese restaurant. Never mind. They're only open on Sunday.
You can do that tomorrow, though.
Do that tomorrow. Tomorrow. Sorry. It's right there.
While we have an opportunity, let's call out one of the Derby dames. Annie Grish, this is your birthday song. It doesn't last very long. Happy birthday, Annie. And we've already serenaded Don Cherry, don't you know?
Sure, yeah. So, you know, we've got an awful lot of people that have volunteered to help out. Some of the officials today, we've got a crew head NSO and penalty wrangler, Mac Ramaniak. Romaniac.
There we go.
We've got a penalty tracker, Chemical Restraint. A jam timer, Frank Lloyd Wrong. A scoreboard operator, Squeaky Fromage. A scorekeeper, Millie Brawl. Another scorekeeper, Turtle. And Show Nuff is a penalty box manager. A Gru is a penalty box timer. And good old Stabby McNeedles is a penalty box timer. Got Annie Stedick is a lineup tracker. Mortricia is a lineup tracker. Allie Oops is a lineup spotter. And my good friend Magnitude is a lineup spotter.
Taking a look at your referees, your referee alternate Voodoo Girl. Outside Packery, Miss Sugar. Bjorn Tequil is an outside pack referee, along with Werner von Braun. Cal Jazeera with the News is the Jammer referee, without bias, fair and balanced. Epic Brendemic Propaganda, that was the word I was looking for. Epic Brendemic is the Jammer referee. Pac-Man is the inside pack referee. And how appropriate is that? Split Lickety is your head referee for this crew of people, men and women in the black and the white.
You'll have, that's one thing, like, you know, all the time out. You don't have to fill all the dead air with talk. Just let it kind of stop for a bit, let it breathe. Because you'll kind of wear people out.
Yeah.
Talking on there. Chill for a little bit. Here we go. Come this way, yeah. There we go. What do we got?
You wanted to have a construction of Caterpillar transformer out of place block due to a no-pack situation where they felt that the back wall was equally to blame as the front wall. They wanted equal penalties on the back. There was no additional calls added. Everything stands as it was called. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you very much.
You want to do that one?
Yeah, I'm not. Yo.
So they lost that call.
They lost the call stand up. They were trying.
That call stands. The review was lost due to a discrepancy on the destruction of the pack or the failure. Everything stands as called.
So if you're worried about change, you won't have any change there. No change.
Which team was trying to get it? Capital City.
I'm trying to get an instruction call on page for kind of see the back wall, trying to stand back it up and trying to score the pack. Trying to get the pack, failure to form.
Meanwhile, some of the skaters are talking about hockey. Dupage talking about the Blackhawks, of course. The Sens happen to be the favorite team of Capital City because that would be from Ottawa.
Okay.
And welcome back. Your jammers are
Kyle Kenzie, number 6 for Dolly Rogers, and Jabberjaw, number 21 for Dupage Uproar.
125-38 the score. Dupage having a little bit more success in half number 2, courtesy of some good jams. Pink Power Ranger comes to mind. On
Working
the inside.
hard, and she got through inside. Dupage, Jabberjaw takes the lead. Nicely done. Spun right around, and she called the jam. 4 points goes to Jabberjaw. Score is 125-42, and we're going into Jam 7 of period 2. Jammer for Dolly Rogers is Alberta Beef, and Bambi Elzebub for Dupage Uproar.
Alberta Beef with 65 points this evening. Instead of the speed, she tries the power this time, but Squid Pro Quo will have none of that. Great brace by Smack, 724. But getting
and it
out.
looks like Dolly Rogers is through the pack. Alberta Beef is lead jammer. Got a penalty on Dupage 616. Watch your ash. What was the penalty? It doesn't matter. End of the jam.
No points either way on that last jam, so it's 125-42. Capital City showing quite well after a tough game this morning against Rage City. Dupage with their first action of the tournament.
3 points, Dolly Rogers. 3 points, Dolly Rogers.
3 points, Dolly Rogers.
So after picking up 3 points,
going into a new jam with Gray jamming for Dolly Rogers and Pink Power Ranger for Dupage. Lead jammer is 424, Pink Power Ranger.
17 points, all coming in the last moments of half number one and the first moments of the second half. Pink Power Ranger goes to the inside line, and she's gonna have to recycle. Almost through for some points, beautifully done, but just couldn't quite stay in. So she'll have to recycle back and have to deal with 4 Capital Cities blockers out there, Dreadnoks. And we've got a star pass for Capital Cities, but it won't matter because the jam is called off.
5 points for DuPage.
5 points for Dupage. Bringing their score to 128. Oh, no, I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah, 128-47.
If you want to go to RotorCon this year, hey, we got you. Visit the Brew City merch table to enter for free tickets to this year's RollerCon.
Is it the opposite up there is what it is down
Kaio Kenzie
Oh, no, that's Capital City.
is
I
your
said it
lead
wrong.
jammer. She gets out of the pack rather quickly. Three blockers, but great offensive blocking by 420 Rebel Lion. That will free up Kaio Kenzie for a RollerCon. What stays in Vegas becomes a Grand Slam. Kaio Kenzie tries the tightrope on the outside, unable to get through, so she'll recycle once again, getting a little help from her teammates. Skady Slambo, and Skady will be sent out.
Track cut on holidays.
Track cut on holidays.
Jam comes to an end. 1 point for Capital.
1 point for Capital City. Taking the score to 134-47.
And that means Alberta Beef will have an All About Derby Power Jam coming up. 68 points leading all scorers. Let's give some love to some of the other folks. Kaio Kenzie with 36 points. Gray has 26. Leading Dupage 22 for beep, 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 beep. The Pink Power Ranger, and Jabberjaw with 7. And 18 for Bambi Elzebub, who was so darn low on the roster, I almost missed her. The problem of being 809.
And it's another timeout. Official timeout.
Quick read. Let's do radar. Talk about the radar booth. Pick up Halo wheel.
And some
Don't
time
forget-
discussions.
Don't forget to stop by the Radar booth and register to win a free set of Radar Halo wheels. Free set of Radar Halo wheels.
Was that a free set of Radar Halo wheels?
Yes, that was a free set of Radar Halo wheels.
I understand that Radar Halo wheels are really good.
I believe you if you say that Radar Halo wheels are really good.
That's just what I've heard. I've never skated on them. Last time I skated, roller disco was still in. I'm just saying. Alberta Beef dancing around behind the jam line, but ready to go. Alberta Beef thought it was going to be easy. Speeds Kate kept her from going, and now it's the Pink Power Ranger trying to keep Alberta Beef in there. Pack is getting spread out a little bit. Good bridge by Fox Ann, but it's not enough, unfortunately, for Dupage, as your lead jammer is Alberta Beef. Alberta swings to the inside. Looks like it's a Goodyear testing ground the way she's moving in and out of obstacles so much. Meanwhile, we've got a star pass as Pink Bauer Ranger will take over the star for Dupage, but it's going to be called off by Alberta Beef.
5 points on that last pass for her.
For
5 points on the last pass for Cal.
5 points for Alberta Beef.
73 points for Alberta Beef as part of, wow, that's more than half of the 138 by my 5th grade math. Well done, you.
And we've got Gray jamming for the capital city and Bambi Elzebub jamming for Dupage. Gray has lead.
A lot of offensive jamming or offensive blocking going on for.
And Gray calls it.
4 points for Capital City.
4 points for Capital City. Taking the score to 142 to 47.
One thing you need to watch out for is if I'm saying something not to.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I'm just.
I know.
But thank you.
Next jam is going to be Jabberjaw and Kyle Kinsey.
Jabberjaws jamming for Dupage and Kyle Kenzie jamming for Dolly Rogers.
And Kyle Kenzie breaks free for lead jammer, and that was pretty nifty. Dupage having to scramble to get some blocking together. Nice offensive block by Watcher Ash. And the power of Kyle Kenzie going up against Caddy Wampass. Pretty impressive as Kyle Kenzie breaks through for a Roller Con Penny Slots Grand Slam. And apparently we moved up to the silver dollar slots on the Roller Con Grand Slam. Just like a progressive slots now, another Grand Slam courtesy of Roller Con, and that's 15 points for Kyle Kenzie.
Oh, nice save. And she calls it. 4 points in the last pass gives her 19 total for that game, bringing the game score to 161 to 47. Going into the next jam, we've got Alberta Beef as the jammer for Jolly Rogers and Pink Power Ranger as the jammer for Dupage.
Alberta Beef saw something she liked, and I think that thing was Rebel Lions offensive blocking, breaking up the triangle, and Alberta Beef spinning around on the outside, and she gets through to be lead jammer.
Track cut 724 black.
Track cut for 724 black. That's smack for Dupage to the box. That's the Rydell penalty box.
Alberta Beef spinning to the outside, got hit by Squid Pro Quo. She'll recycle on back. And she didn't waste any time right there. Getting through for 5 more. Or her first 5, actually. Alberta Beef on the one skate. Weaves in and out.
Star pass.
Number
319. 319. Annie Grish is now the jammer for Dupage.
1 point for Capital City. 1 point for Capital City.
Just 10.
11-point jam for Capital.
11-point jam for Capital City.
I thought it was nice, Annie Grish getting a birthday present, getting a birthday jam. Okay, it was only 3 seconds, but it was a great birthday jam.
Maybe she'll get a second chance. And we've got Gray jamming for Dolly Rogers and Bambi Beelzebub jamming for Dupage.
Gray has quietly scored 30 points tonight. And Bambi Beelzebub will break through as your lead jammer. Penalty called against Buffy Slayer for the Dolly Rogers, so she will take a seat in the Rydell penalty box. Bambi Beelzebub really trying to work hard, but she can't get past Violently Jill.
Inside.
Finally able to break through, and now she's got company. 5
And
points
she calls
for
it.
Bambi Beelzebub.
No points on that pass.
No points for that pass. 5 and a timeout.
Timeout. Capital City.
Timeout, Capital City. All right, go ahead.
Have we gotten through all of these?
We've got through a bunch of them,
It's on
yeah. To the ortho, yeah.
Tell us about the good doctor, won't you, BJ?
Dr. Eric Peifel of the Orthopedic Institute of Wisconsin and MOSH, M-O-S-H, wishes you a safe BrewHaHa. We are here for all your injuries on and off the track. Dr. Peifel.
Do we have another game on this track, or
Yeah, the 7 o'clock game, Houston and Mad Rolling Dolls, 18. Maryland Dolls 18.
going to see our first appearance of Houston Roller Derby on this track against the Mad Rollin' Dolls, Dairyland Dolls. That's coming up next on track number 2. No truth to the rumor that the announcer's going to talk like this the entire time Houston's out there, because that's what Texans understand. But no, we're not going to do that. At least I don't think you all are going to do that.
We've got Kyle Kenzie jamming for Dolly Rogers and Holidays, number 28, jamming for Dupage Uproar. And she is pushing hard. Which one is that? Black. Kyle Kenzie, lead jammer. Coming around the track. She's going back in. Oh. Sorry.
A tough triangle courtesy of the Derby Dames knocks down Kyle Kenzie. Great blocking by the ladies in black. But Kenzie able to move on around, and that will be 5 in the sky, a RollerCon Grand Slam. Midway through the time in the jam, apex jump attempt, but she'll have to recycle. Goes back behind. 642 Code Green with a big hit. Squid Pro Quo adding some defense.
Star Pass Black. Jammer is now 319. Annie Grish. Happened to her again. She keeps getting jumped.
Give them birthday presents, and it gets taken away by the call-off.
3 points for Capital City. Taking the game score to 180, Capital City, 52 Dupage.
Little under 10 minutes, 9:25 to go, as it'll be Al Herda Beef against Pink beep, 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 Power Ranger. I have it on my phone, but it's more fun to do it just singing. Power Ranger really moving through, trying the power, and that enables Al Herda Beef to pull off the lead jammer status, as there was a lot of distractions going on.
I heard it be outside for scoring pass.
Alberta Beef puts 4, gets 4th, and we'll call it off. Says, that's a good bit of work. That'll work.
We've done all of these we can do. We're good on those. We did this.
This is unlimited.
Push the photo booth again. Next jam. After the next jam, do photo booth.
We've got Rebel Lion jamming for Dolly Rogers and Bambi Beelzebub jamming for Dupage.
Both teams working at full strength as hello, Rebel Lion. With a rebel yell gets out to your lead jammer. A box takes down Rebel Lion. Big hit by Squid Pro Quo. Trying to move back and keep her away is Code Green, but Code Green on 420 is really working quite well. Collision sends down 440 Mayhem Steamroller, and Rebel Lion sees 4 in the air for the short Grand Slam. Short by 1 point, of course.
Star Pass Black 724 Smack was the jammer. Now the jam's called off.
3 points for Capital City.
3 points, Capital City, 0 Dupage. Taking the game score to 191, Capital City, 52 Dupage.
The jammers are going to be Jabberjaw for
Gray is jamming for Dolly Rogers and Jabberjaw jamming for Dupage.
Both of them had the same idea, going to the inside. Now trouble in turn 1. Gray
Track
is
cut.
called. Gray is called for a track cut. Going into the right L penalty box, that gives Jabberjaw an all about Derby power jam. Good offensive blocking courtesy of the women in black from Dupage. And Jabberjaw will call it off, thinking she might have been knocked out to the outside, just to make sure. 5 points for Jabberjaw, and it's 57 for Dupage, 196 for the Dolly Rogers.
I want to read this one. A lot of time? Okay.
All about Derby Power Jam for Pink Power Ranger. Picks up some speed, trying to get around Rebel Lion. Rebel Lion trying to bridge now, and that works quite well as having to recycle his Pink Power Ranger. Gray back onto the track for the Dolly Rogers. And breaking ahead is Gray, but calling it off will be Pink Power Ranger. No points, nonplus. And just under 5 minutes to go in this bout.
Remember, there's a free BrewHaHa photo booth in the merch area. Find your photos on our Facebook page. Kyle Kenzie is jamming for Dolly Rogers, and Holly Days is jamming for Dupage.
So Kyle Kenzie with 62 points, trying to possibly take a little bit of individual honors here if she can pull off a big jam. Alberta Beef leading both teams with 88 points. But give it up for the blockers for just a moment before Kyle Kenzie starts doing some figure skating. And wouldn't it figure that she'd try to skate around the outside, but it's 4-12 Cattywampus taking her out and creating the long way home for the recycle. Kenzie to the outside. Now gets an offensive block courtesy of Edmonton to send her out as lead jammer.
Making her way through the pack.
Kyle Kenzie able to get through and score 4 points courtesy of the no pass, no penalty.
Now Kenzie to the outside. Calls it off. Calls it off.
Calls it off.
5 points.
5 points for Capital City.
We're over 200. 201 and 57.
201 to 57.
Just under 3 minutes to go. As Alberta Beef lines up for the Capital City Dolly Rogers.
And Bambi Elzebub is jamming for Dupage.
Alberta Beef works the inside line and gets away for lead jammer. Four blockers against Beef. Beef in a beautiful dance trying to get around things, hit by Mayhem Steamroller. And she gets through for 5 in the sky. Viva Las Vegas! It's a roller con grand slam.
Is that a start pass?
Jam called off.
Jam called off. 1 point for Capital City. 0 for Dupage.
207 and 57 is your score.
207 to 57.
Under a minute and a half to go.
With less than a minute and a half to go, and we have a timeout.
Official review.
Official review
DuPage.
requested by Dupage.
Plenty of time for that.
All right. All About Derby is a skater-owned and operated brick-and-mortar store by Laura Lulubai Baby Shevnak of the Bath City Roller Girls. Guess what? She's now mobile. Don't have a skate shop near you? That's okay. She'll come to you. Interested in team sponsorship? Message us through our All About Derby page on Facebook for more information.
Credit where credit is due. Dolly Rogers having a great bout after having a rough bout earlier against Rage City. But whenever you have teams from places like Alaska or Scandinavia or New Zealand, they'll usually show up and surprise a lot of folks by how good they are because people haven't seen them before. And so the Dolly Rogers showing that they weren't going to give up on this tournament, no doubt about it. They were going to make sure that they showed well. And we even got a little raisin to the roof by everybody raising to the roof. Does that mean you all are to the north of us? Is that what it is? So here we go. Where is Ottawa? Up there. Up there. And now breaking news from the alternate referee news desk. Here's reporter Voodoo Girl.
They retain their review.
DuPage retained the review.
And a point that was awarded to City was taking them.
And the point that was awarded to Capital City was removed and taken back. Now we've got a new jammer. We've got Gray jamming for Capital City and Pink Power Ranger jamming for Dupage.
Pink Power Ranger trying to get around 616 Watcher Ash. And she's able to get through as beep, 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 is your lead jammer. Pretty spin by Pink Power Ranger. Continuing to use the shoulders to her advantage. May see an opportunity there as only 2 blockers are there. Dupage skater goes down but gets back up. That 68 Thicky Cole. Lots of trouble in the front stretch and outlasting them all. Pink Power Ranger with a roller con. Yahtzee. Grand Slam.
Start pass.
Yeah.
Dolly Rogers, new jammers number 13.
I see it. I was just waiting.
Violently Jill. But she's
Violently Jill became the new jammer at the end of that jam.
And the clock rolls down, and that's your unofficial final. Congratulations to the Dolly Rogers, 206 to 63.
Give it up for the winners. We've got the Capital City, Dolly Rogers, 206. Good job, ladies, skaters. Good job.
So as they come through, say, good day, good day, good day, eh? Good day, good day. And let's give it up for the ladies from the land of Ditka. From just outside Chicago, don't you know? It's the Dupage Derby Dames Uproar. Now you say Ditka, Ditka, Ditka. Up next on this track will be Houston Roller Derby as they take on the Dairyland Dolls. That's coming up next on track 2. BJ, thank you so much for your call on this one.
You're welcome, and thank you for your good advice and patience with me.
Not a problem. Cecil P. Buff Daddy, peace out. I will see you all tomorrow, but lots more action still to come right here at Midwest BrewHaHa 2017.